Preservation is really important to ensure that you preserve the resources and materials produced and published by the employees, in this case, of the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, which originally started off as the Zoological Society of San Diego in 1916. The resources here in this room, which is the archive, includes documents that describe trips that members of the Zoological Society back in the early days, their trips across the world trying to find animals to add to the zoo's collection. Other interesting documents include keeper journals, which are books that have written notations by the veterinary team and the animal care specialists that had daily interactions with the animals at both the zoo and the safari park. And the goal of it was just to make notes of what happened from shift to shift for each animal, and including things like births, unfortunately deaths, and also what medication was used and what other treatments were given to those animals. Those are some of the most fascinating things here in the archive. We also have bibliographies of individuals such as Kenneth Stott and Charles Beeler, who was a director of the zoo, Kurt Bernerschka, Rolf's son, and many other individuals who've been really instrumental within the history of the Alliance. Preservation is really important to ensure that the history of whatever organization you work for is preserved. So you're ensuring that documents, papers, bibliographies, biographies, journals, whatever the material is, you're ensuring that that is protected for the people in the organization, or in this case, the Zoological Society of San Diego, now the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, that they have that information to use in the future to reference. So, for example, many years ago, the San Diego Zoo had pandas. And if you didn't know, the San Diego Zoo recently, last year, got new pandas. Well, the legal team reached out to me here in the library and archive and asked me to find documents that would help them fill out the paperwork that they needed to get approval to send the pandas from China to San Diego, California. And there was a lot of paperwork that needed to be completed, and that's why they needed some help from me here in the archive to help them make sure that they filled out the paperwork correctly or historically using the same information. So making sure that people within an organization have access to materials and that they're preserved correctly, using the proper storage techniques, is all important in preservation. It's making sure that the information is not lost. The paper that is from the 1916 era is not does not disintegrate. We have the Articles of Incorporation from the Zoological Society here in the archive, and we need to make sure that they're preserved. Another aspect of preservation is the concept of transitioning from paper-based to digital. That's something that is a new part of preservation, and it is a piece that I believe a lot of younger archivists and preservationists would be really interested in doing. So something to think about as a career path or an option within this area of preservation or archives. So the big question is, what do you want to preserve?